You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List on 93 WIBC.
Hello and welcome to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List. Happy October. My name is Kyle Hawk, and I'm going to be your host for today. Here on this show, we break down the latest trends in home improvement, health, and lifestyle topics, and we get all of our information straight from qualified subject matter experts and service providers in the field. If you missed us last week, we provided some relief with tips on how to prepare your home for fall, and if you missed any of that episode, you're going to want to listen in by downloading our podcast on iTunes. Just pull up iTunes on your home computer or the podcast app on your smartphone. Search Chat with the Experts. If you hit the subscribe button, you'll get every single episode as we release it and be able to stay up to date on all of our shows. And of course, you can leave us a review right there and let us know how we're doing. You can also find our podcast at angieslist.com. This is where you're going to get reviews on local service providers in your area and some really great deals on service as well. It's never been easier to hire local quality service, and an annual membership is now just $9.99 for the full year. And if you join now, you can use the promo code WIBC40. You're going to get an additional 40% off an annual membership. You can't miss out. Check it out today at angieslist.com. Well, today we're going to be talking about a part of your home that often gets forgotten when it comes to upkeep, and we're talking about your garage, whether it be the installation of a new garage door, the addition of durable floor coating, or maybe just some simple cleanup and organizing. There are a number of ways that you can love on your garage and keep it looking fantastic. And we're going to drive into today's topic with the help of Fritz Klooz. He's the owner of Innovative Garages located in Avon, Indiana, and they've been in business since 2002 and do a little bit of everything when it comes to the garage. Everything from floor coatings, garage cabinets, garage door repair, overhead storage systems, and a whole lot more. They've got you covered, and we're excited to delve into a number of ways to improve your garage. Fritz, welcome to Chat with the Experts.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, I wanted to start by asking where the idea for Innovative Garages came from and how it got started. I think it's really interesting how many different aspects of the garages you guys cover.
Yeah, well, I used to be an aircraft mechanic and was getting ready to be laid off back in 2002, and I was in the process at the same time of working on my garage and trying to find some organization products for my garage. Back then, there wasn't as many products as there are right now, and so it just kind of evolved from that. I needed a job and found the opportunity and saw a niche and kind of went for it.
Well, you mentioned that you were working on your garage. I'd imagine if we walked into your garage right now, it would look pretty awesome. Do you enjoy spending time out there? I mean, what have you kind of done to make your garage a cool space?
I do. We it's just a small 2-car garage, but we've made the most of it. We the walls are covered with the wall organization systems, and we have cabinetry in there. But I use my garage. I change my own brakes. I work on things. My son races motocross, so we're tearing apart engines and you name it. So it gets used, it's not just for looks.
Do you find that a lot of times when you're going out to help somebody assess what needs to be done on the garage, or maybe you're adding something to it, that it kind of creates a space where people feel more comfortable spending their time in?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. When we go out, we try to evaluate what they use their garage for. If it's just a park and they just want to store their lawn and garden tools, that's one thing. But if they have hobbies or, need a workstation area or an area to store sporting goods or things like that, we take that into consideration when we're doing our design.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about home organization a few times on the show. Actually did a show pretty recently on that. But one thing we haven't really delved into is the garage when it comes to organization. We're officially into fall now. Is this the time of year where you find that more people are looking to organize their garage? Or, what time of year does that generally take place?
It is. It seems like it's the fall and the spring. I think the fall mainly because maybe they haven't parked in the garage as much during the summer, and it tends to fill up with clutter when you're not parking in there every day. And it's time to start thinking about getting the car back in the garage for the winter. Also to make room, a lot of people will bring their lawn furniture in for the winter, cushions off chairs or hoses, or maybe they have a pool and all their pool equipment. So just things that have been outside for the spring and summer season. They're starting to think about getting that back in. Even like flowering pots and things like that you don't want to leave outside because they'll freeze. But then the garage tends to fill up and you wonder where you're going to park. So
Right.
that's where we come in.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering about. Is it usually a situation where somebody calls you up and it's like, hey, I just need to find a way to start being able to get my car into the garage? Or are they just tired of looking at the clutter? I mean, what are some of the main areas or reasons that people are deciding to, go about this process?
It's a little bit of everything, but yeah, a lot of times it is just they want to be able to get the car in the garage. Or sometimes we'll get a call from someone who just bought, maybe a third car. They had a 3-car garage and only had 2 cars, and now they want to make room to get the third car in. So we can get creative with different things and try to, it really, in a 2-car garage, a 20-foot by 20-foot standard 2-car garage, it's hard to get 2 cars in there with your lawnmower and bikes and everything else that people store in the garage. So.
Yeah. Well, how does the process work from your end? Let's say that I call you up. I want to have you come out and kind of assess my garage and start the organization process. What happens at that point?
We'll come out. I'll set up a time and come out. Usually it's an evening appointment or a weekend appointment, something convenient for the customer. And then just kind of, we have a wide variety of different cabinet brands and wall storage systems. So we don't just have one system, and we'll try to see which one suits their needs the best and what they're trying to achieve. Some people are happy just getting enough room to organize to get the cars in.
Yeah.
And then some people want to close everything in and don't want to see anything. So then we'll do a whole wall of cabinets. So kind of decide what they use the garage for. Do they have sporting goods? Do they have lawn tools, or is it a condo where they don't need things like that, and try to develop a system for them that way.
Yeah.
We will take all that and dimensions into account and try to make the most use of the space. We try to use the whole garage, the wall, the ceiling. If they have a high ceiling, that's ideal, because we have ceiling mounted racks that hang from the ceiling for larger items. So.
You had mentioned the different systems. I wonder if you could expound on a few of those. I know we can all kind of imagine the board up on the wall to put some hooks on to hang things up, but there seems to be a lot more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, most people are familiar with the pegboard, the old pegboard, and that's kind of going away just because the newer systems will hold a lot more weight. We put up a slat wall panel system, and there's several brands that you can choose from. But once you put that panel system up, you don't have to cover the whole wall. You can, but you don't have to.
Okay.
And there's several things that hang from it. There's heavy-duty hooks that'll hang ladders, bicycles, wheelbarrows, even some real heavy-duty hooks that you can set a canoe on. So,
oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's a really heavy-duty system, and it's a great way. Everything we do is kind of designed to get everything off the floor and create floor space. So it's a great way to get things off the floor.
Talk a little bit about ceiling storage and, what would happen with that for somebody that's never seen that or considered that for their garage.
Well, there's different types. They're basically mounted to the ceiling. Some are fixed to the ceiling, and we can adjust the height when we install it. So if you have about 3 foot above a garage door, that's ideal. We'll lower the rack down when we build it, and you can put everything from Christmas trees up there, camping gear, coolers, sleds, you name it, any type of seasonal stuff. If someone's into hunting, and we'll do one rack just for hunting. And it's just a great way to keep all the big bulky things that won't fit, into a cabinet that you only get to a couple times a year.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I think a lot of times you're walking in and, every time I need to get to the lawnmower, I have to move the Christmas tree. Well, I only deal with the Christmas tree once a year maybe, so why does it need to be right in the mix?
Exactly.
But it sounds like you're just able to come in and kind of assess person by person, family by family, what their needs are, and then kind of adjust the system to that.
That's exactly what we do. And if they have things that are working for them, a workbench or whatever, we don't try to install one of our workbenches. We'll incorporate what they have and what they want to keep into our system that way.
Yeah.
And as far as the overhead racks go, there are some that are raised and lowered manually. There are some that are fixed to the ceiling, or you can get some that are electric and just push a button to lower it down and put your things on it and raise it back up. So that's nice.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like there's a lot of really great options to consider there. We're actually going to take our first quick break here on the show, but don't close the door. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to incorporate cabinets cabinets into your garage and what different material options are out there, the installation process, and a whole lot more. We're also going to consider when to decide to put down a floor coating and what different options are available when it comes to your garage floor. Keep it right here. You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List.
Angie's List believes that hiring great local service providers should be easy. Whether you need a plumber or a pet sitter, you can find one at angieslist.com. See ratings and reviews in hundreds of categories, shop popular offers, and request scheduling assistance directly online. Memberships start at just $9.99 per year. That's less than $1 a month. Join today and get 40% off with promo code WIBC40. Visit angieslist.com to sign up.